They told
A
you not to
guy's
worry
thinking, when my woman go cheat with a man, she's emotionally invested unless she's a.
She didn't love him.
Right.
That is
Only
true.
prostitutes can sleep with a man she's not emotionally invested in.
Facts.
A woman
Fam.
has to have some. A man can literally stick his dick in a gas tank.
That's facts, though.
He
That's
can literally
facts.
stick
isn't
his
that
dick in
fucked
the
up?
hole in the ground.
Get that jerry can sex.
He's not emotionally. A man.
So that makes it okay.
A man has no emotions tied to his penis. So when he lays with a woman and you say, well, you've been sleeping with her for years, he don't even like her. But when a woman lay with a man, it's something about him she has to like. That's what
Right.
hurt a man even more. A man is saying, man, I'm sleeping with this woman. I don't even know her. I sleep with somebody I don't know. I don't even like. None invested. But for you to lay down with this guy, you have to have something invested in him. That's what hurts more.
What's good, YouTube? This is Cable the Flare. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got Charleston White, but before we get into that, man, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe. So a lot of you people don't like Charleston White because some of the stuff that he say and some of his antics. And you know what? Hey, it's understandable. You know, I like him. You know, I like him. I like what he. I like what he talks about. I like what he does. You know, I don't agree with all his antics. I don't agree with all his antics, but when he is talking, he makes a lot of sense. He makes a lot of sense. And this is the first time that I've ever actually started to hear him talk about women and women roles and this and that. And he makes a very, 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 very valid point, right? And listen, I wasn't born in the 40s. I wasn't born in the 50s. Wasn't born in the 60s. But I mean, let's be real. It's not hard to see how people were living back in the 40s and the 50s, 60s, the 30s, right? I mean, it's really not hard. It's really not hard. I mean, all you gotta do is just ask your grandparents. I mean, all you gotta do is just research, look. The way women lived then is very different than the way women are living now. A lot of you women now, very promiscuous. They're pushing agendas, man, that messes up kids, that messes up women. I mean, it's very different. I mean, you even look at the state of men today. Men aren't as masculine as they used to be back in the day. Now you have men who paint their fingernails and say there's nothing wrong with painting their fingernails. You have men wearing purses and saying there's nothing wrong with wearing a purse. I mean, now what's next? Well, you know what? Hey, shoot, I'm gonna wear a skirt. There ain't nothing wrong with wearing a skirt. So as a man, you got fingernail painting, you got a purse, and you got a skirt. I mean, what are we doing here? This video, he makes a lot of great points, man. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
A guy's thinking, when my woman go cheat with a man, she's emotionally invested unless she's a.
She didn't love him. That is
Only
true.
prostitutes can sleep with a man she's not emotionally invested in.
Facts.
A woman has to have some. A man can literally stick his dick in a gas tank.
That's facts, though.
He can literally
That's
stick
Isn't
his
that
dick in
fucked
the
up?
hole in the ground.
Get that jerry can sex.
He's not emotionally. A man.
So that makes it okay.
A man has no emotions tied to his penis. So when he lays with a woman and you say, well, you've been sleeping with her for years, he don't even like her. But when a woman lay with a man, it's something about him she has to like. That's what hurt a man even more.
And so many women get upset when men go out here and go cheat, and it's understandable. I can understand that. I would never expect any female to be okay with a man cheating, right? But a lot of your women don't understand the purpose of a man cheating. A lot of your women try to look at a man cheating as just, you know, oh, well, this man, he's disrespectful. He doesn't love his wife. He doesn't love his girlfriend, this and that. When that's not even the case. Once again, like you said, a man is gonna fuck anything. Why? Because it's already hard for a man to get access to sex. Women control access to sex. Even some of your most basic, some of your most ugliest of women still get way more men than men get women. That's a fact. If you then put a man in a room with 100 women, he'll probably walk out with maybe 1 or 2. But if you put a woman in a room with 100 men, she's probably gonna walk out with a good 60-70% of those men. And guess what, right? None of them will cover. But I bet you every last one say, man, let me go ahead and shoot. If she say, hey man, let's go ahead. Who wants to goddamn have sex? Every last man up in there is gonna say, let's do it. right? But if a man walks up into a room with tons of women and he say, hey man, shoot, who wants to have sex? A lot of your women gonna look at him and say, this dude is a creep. This dude is a creep. Men and women aren't the same. It's harder for men to get women, but it's not hard for women to get men. Women will always be in demand. Men won't. The only men that will be in demand are men of certain status. Your average man, a lot of you women overlook. So when you have a man dating a woman and he goes out here and he go has sex with another woman, he's looking to just bust one and keep it moving. And he can come back home and have the same love for his wife, or his girlfriend. But when you have a woman who has a man and she's out here sleeping around with other men, that man, he's lacking something. For her to be going out here to go cheating or whatever, she's looking for something that this man is not offering. I know plenty of women who got kids with a man or whatever, but is out here messing around with other men because this man, he ain't strong, he weak. And what I mean by weak, he's a simp. She wears the pants in a relationship. So when you, as a man, not a leader in your household, when you're looked at as beneath your girlfriend in the household, you just allow your girl to do whatever. She's going to sit over here and try to go to a man who's like, okay, damn, I can respect this dude. I respect him. You know, in order to be able to smack a girl, you have to have some level of respect. You have to be able to bring something to the table. She got to be able to look at you and be like, oh, damn, like, yeah, this right here is a man. But you got a man at home. Well, he don't give me enough time. Well, he's weak. I don't respect him. And for whatever reason, plenty of women still mess with these men. And it's like, why? Why even mess with him, man? If you feel like this dude can't even protect you, why even mess with this dude, man? If you could just walk all over this dude. A lot of your women get with these men and walk all over them. They'll have no respect for them, so they will go out there and go mess with other men. Whereas a man, he go mess with another woman just because he's just looking to get a nut. He's just looking to get a nut. It's not that he doesn't respect his wife or his girlfriend at home. If you catch a woman in the act cheating, right? She will always say, well, he doesn't give me enough time. Well, he works. Well, he's always around me. Well, you know, he's not a good leader. Well, you know, I don't have no respect for him. That would be the excuse as to why they stepped out on their man or stepped out on their marriage. For a woman to step out on her man, that man had to have done something for her to say, you know, I just don't have no respect for this man. Well, you know what? This man is giving me something that this man isn't.
More. A man is saying, man, I'm sleeping with this woman. I don't even know her. I sleep with somebody I don't know. I don't even like. None invested. But for you to lay down with this guy, you have to have something invested in him. That's what hurts more.
The fact that you say that is even
true.
worse, because it then means that I have absolutely nothing. Like,
well, you have to understand a man. When a man,
if you could just stick it in a gas tank,
Like,
and then
that
you stick it in
devaluates
your woman.
completely
this what
as a woman.
This what a woman have to understand. What a man does with his penis has nothing to do with his emotions and his value.
Thank you.
Which sucks.
Which most men don't
That
really
sucks.
even show emotion.
Then y'all
so-
should never have anything to do with a man, is what I'm telling you. Because a woman, everything that a woman does. So if you ask a woman, what do you think about this? She's gonna answer with her feelings. She's gonna say, well, I feel like. If you ask a man, well, how do you feel? He's gonna say what he thinks, because he's not emotionally in tune with his feelings.
Yeah.
By nature, we're hunters, right? So we have to be analytical. A hunter can't be in tune with his feelings because he wouldn't hunt out of fear. When it's dark outside, when the world had no lights, then he wouldn't provide food for his family because he would be afraid. So there's something in us that supersedes our feelings because we're analytics. A woman is more emotional because she has to nurture. She has to give life. She has to breathe life. And so when a man knows, when my woman sleep with this man, she's way more invested into this man than I am when I sleep with a woman. A man will sleep with something he hates. A woman won't. So it's much more impactful when a woman lay down with a man because that's her heart. Her heart is between her legs. A man's not. So women think that our feelings are tied to our penis, and a man has no emotions when it comes to sex.
Don Marco.
None whatsoever.
So is his presence what gives the woman like the heart. I'm trying to understand, where does the heart come from?
Where is the heart located?
In a man, like, because there's no emotion, so where is the heart?
Listen.
We're talking about
The way to a man's heart is through his belly.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that is a
They
good
have two
saying.
heads,
Yeah,
Dave.
You're saying a woman didn't feed you enough and you go and stick your penis in whatever was moving? Okay.
Obviously.
It's like you
No,
didn't
no,
feed me.
listen. Talk to your grandmothers.
Yeah.
Talk to your grandmothers and your great grandmothers, and I promise you, they will tell you a way to a man's heart is through his belly. A man that has a woman that'll feed him supersedes a woman that'll fuck him.
Shout out to Mo.
Oh my gosh.
That's powerful, man.
The average today's women think that they can win us with their pussy.
No, I mean, like, for a man
They
to
can,
show
though.
the love, not how the woman gets the man.
Watching a woman give birth to your child will change how you treat her. A woman forgiveness, a woman forgiving you when she catch you lying will cause you to stop lying to her. A woman who expresses her hurt without anger will cause you to stop hurting her.
I guess it depends on the man.
Nah,
It surely
doesn't.
does.
No,
Yeah, 'cause some men have no heart at all.
I want to comment on that.
All
too.
men have heart. When they meet the right woman, they'll stop doing whatever they was doing before they met that woman to keep this woman.
Facts.
When they meet the right woman, they'll jump through whatever hoops that they have to jump through, even if it means denying themselves for this woman. But how do you know?
Actions.
I was just about to say actions.
Most women don't understand it. Like, for the right woman that's for him, he will cut off, like you said earlier, a bunch of other girls. He'll say, you know what? All right, I'm gonna make a choice because she's worth it. However, if you're not worth that value to him, he's gonna
Even
play the
being,
field.
like,
He's gonna
better
follow
version.
you and you because you're not worth the value. So he's saying in a nutshell, if you're a woman of value to that man, he'll put in the work for you by actions.
Think about, and I hate to bring.
It makes sense. I mean, now I don't get it, with the cooking. I mean, like, every man's gonna want a woman that cooks, man. But I don't think that's gonna keep a man around. Let's just be real. But now I know a lot of you women are gonna sit up here and say, well, you got a lot of men out here, man, who don't want to take care of their kids. You know what I'm saying? The second that they had a kid, or the second that the woman had his kid, you have a man that sat up here and yoked up a sister because she was out here messing up his relationship with another woman or whatever. And it's like, okay, you're talking about men who already didn't care for you to begin with, right? This is where men tell you, stop dating Pookies and Ray Ray. Stop dating men that you know has no value to bring to you. There's no value to give you, right? But if you're talking about a man who truly wants to be with you, if y'all women will stop pushing these men in the friend zone and stop overlooking these men will actually say, shoot, let's just say, because once again, right, a lot of your guys, once again, are going to cheat, right? A lot of your guys are going to cheat, period. Even some of the most best guys in the world are going to cheat, right? They're going to cheat. Doesn't mean that they don't love them. But once again, right, he's saying that you have, let's just say he truly loves you and you have his kid. He will change his ways, right? He will change his ways. And that's a fact. Some guys will most definitely change their ways because they're saying, you know what, man, look, I can't keep doing this to this girl, man, because, I don't want to lose her. I don't want to lose her. So I'm going to do it. So shoot, if what I'm doing in my past was messing up this relationship, let me go ahead and fix that. Or let me be a bit better and let me cover up my tracks better. Let me cover up my tracks. Because some guys probably gonna be like, man, I don't care, man, what this woman do, man. She can freaking have 3,000 of my kids. I'm still gonna want to get some new poom poom. A lot of guys love their women. A lot of these guys that are with their women, they love them. They will make that change. But my biggest thing about this video, my biggest takeaway is, man has to bring so much to the table. Women don't have to bring much besides a good attitude, a traditional mindset, and a submissive mindset. Right? That's all women have to bring. If you got a good man who's willing to take care of you, protect you and everything, you got everything you need. Now, like, once again, I'm not sitting over here saying as a woman, you have to accept a man cheating. I would never say that. Right? We're not living in a time where a woman will be okay with that. But what I am saying is, you do have men that go out, that step out on the wife or the girlfriend because they just want something quick. Or the woman's probably over here not doing something that she's supposed to be doing in the bed, right? Not as a person, but in the bed, right? A lot of your women sit up here be lazy. Let's be honest with you, right? Let's just be honest. Some of your women today don't like to do a whole lot. So some of your men gonna be looking at that and be like, man, forget this shit, man. You got this girl over here that I don't even have to do a whole lot for. She's willing to give me what I am looking for sexually. Right? So I'm about to go ahead and go test the waters, go beat up on that real quick and come back home. Right? Hey, I mean, shoot, if you don't want that man to step out, you need to be doing every single thing that man asks you to do. That's a fact. Some women be like, oh, I shouldn't have to do all of that. Well, then, hey, don't get upset when this man say, you know what? Shoot, Becky over here, man, you know, she's sucking it the way I want her to. She's sucking it the way I want her to. You don't want to suck it the way I want you to, right? You sit over here saying, nah, that's too much work or whatever. This girl over here ain't saying all of that. This girl over here saying, man, come over here and let me please you. A lot of your men will go out here and go mess with that woman, but it doesn't mean that he loved that girl. But when you have a woman, once again, that sits up here, that steps out on her man is lacking something. And they will always come up with the excuse, he doesn't give me enough time, or he's always around me, or he's not a good leader, or, you know, it's always something. Anytime you catch a girl in the act and you ask her why she's doing this, it's always something that the man isn't doing. It's a fact. Anytime you catch a girl, man, in the act, it's always something that the man isn't doing. There was another part of Fresh and Fit where they were talking about this, and Charleston White brought up Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King is a good man. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King is a good man. We all know he's a good man. But for a lot of your sisters sat here and said, that man wasn't a good man. He cheated on his wife. You sitting here saying, so he's not a good man because he cheated on his wife? Yes.
This up, but I have to. Think about how great we say Dr. King is. Dr. Martin Luther King was a whoremonger, slept with many a women, and his wife knew it.
I did not know that.
Everybody knows that.
I did not want that perception.
Everybody
Oh my
knows
God.
that. But most women will say because he cheat, he's not a great man. Most women think because you've cheated on women that you're not a good man. Good man cheat. It's hard for a woman to believe that. Good man cheat because all men cheat. All men will cheat, except for the right woman.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want to hurt her. So the hurt that he see that he causes her will stop him from cheating because he don't want to cause her that hurt. So it has nothing to do with a man feeling some type of way more or less than it does a woman. It's in his nature. It's in his nature to not be with one woman, except when he meet this one woman, he decides to go against his nature and deny himself so he don't hurt this woman. And what pushes a man to that point? The actions of the woman.
A lot of you women conflate being a bad man, cheating, to being a bad man. A lot of you you can't sit up here, man, and create society, do everything for society, make sure your wife is good, and do all of this, and cheat, right? Because the second you cheat, now all of a sudden you're a bad man. Everything that you've done up until then doesn't matter. It doesn't make no sense. So you mean to tell me this man, we all know who Martin Luther King is. He tried to bring all black and whites together, didn't want no racism. He was doing a lot of community work, right? Making sure his family is good. But because this dude sat over here and cheated, a lot of your women will sit over here and demonize this man. A lot of your women will sit up here and say, yeah, I don't care, man, what that man did. If he ain't treating that woman right at home, then he's a shitty man. That's not the case. That's not the case. Just because he stepped out and said, you know what, I want some new poom poom, doesn't mean he's a bad guy. Doesn't mean he's a bad man. Doesn't mean he's the scum of the earth. Doesn't mean he's somebody, man, who touched kids. Because that's what a lot of your women try to compare it to. A lot of your women make men who cheat, they try to make it seem as if they're just as bad as men who touch little kids. Like, come on. You mean to tell me, bro, because a guy cheated, now all of a sudden he's just as bad as a person, man, who's a pedo? Let's be real. A lot of your women, mainly your sisters, have a misunderstanding of this cheating stuff. Like I'm not defending cheating at all. I'm not defending cheating. But what I am saying is there are reasons why it's different for a man cheating and from a woman cheating. Right? And the sad thing about it is a lot of your women look at cheating as being so egregious that they just can't look at all the good things that this man has done. So, prime example, right? I'm like, okay, did Martin Luther King make sure his wife was good? Yes. Did Martin Luther King feed his wife? Yes. Did Martin Luther King make sure his household was good? Yes. Did that woman want for anything? Did that woman need anything from this man? No, besides being a good man, and that's what he was doing. He was providing for his family. He was making sure she got clothes on her back. He was making sure there was food on the table. He was making life easy for her. But because this man said, you know what, I want some new coon, a lot of your women look at all the good shit that he's done. Look at all the good shit that he's done for his family and say, yeah, he's a piss poor man. And that's just BS, right? And women are only going to use that man to help benefit their argument. Because if you're talking about some racism, a lot of your women will sit over here and a lot of your sisters will call Martin Luther King the best man to have ever existed. But the second we start talking about cheating, then it's, oh, well, yeah, I mean, he's a piss poor man, this and that. It doesn't make no sense. It's just hypocritical. So, you know, hey, that's just my opinion. Y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.